Thank you, Gavin. Today I'm here with the face behind Cardinal TV and the esports coach, Mr. Brown. To start off, do you mind telling us a little bit about yourself?
Sure, absolutely. This is currently my 17th year as an educator here at Maud ISD. I am a 2004 graduate of Maud ISD. My wife, she works here at Maud ISD. She's the accounts payable clerk. My daughter attends first grade here. And then next year, my son will also be a Maud Cardinal. So,
Awesome.
you know,
Just got the whole Brown crew up here. His mom even subs up here sometimes.
she's
And-
really been enjoying subbing up here.
And I remember whenever you were a PE coach.
Oh, yeah.
And God, and our history teacher.
Yeah, it was good times. We had a lot of fun back in those days.
Fun, yeah.
I bet you never thought that you would have me as a teacher again.
Absolutely not.
Probably completely forgot about me except for those like
I
running
didn't
tree
fit-
to bench nightmares.
Oh my gosh. I remember I was the last one every time, and I never felt I cried in PE. I cried in history. I cried. I couldn't do either one of them.
And that's what I just really strove for. I mean, if you don't make a child cry, then are you really doing your job as an educator?
Exactly. Now,
That's not true. Don't. That's never make a kid cry. That's not
Well,
good.
Now he's one of my favorite teachers, so I gotta give it to him.
I'm
like-
making up for it.
yeah, you're making up for
That's-
it.
I'm erasing the sins of my past.
Thank the Lord. Woo. All right. Well, I want to ask you a few questions while I got you here.
Okay.
So you are the face behind CTV. You know, you created all this from scratch. Like, all of this is you. So what gave you the idea and what made you want to create something like this for our school and our community?
Okay, well, it may come as a surprise, but I didn't go to college to be an educator. I know, surprise, right? Teacher of the Year multiple times, Teacher of the Month multiple times.
Yeah.
I mean,
kinda-
so many awards and recognition for myself.
Yeah, it's just
um,
it's a streak, honestly.
Yeah, but actually, I went to college for journalism. Whenever I was at Texarkana College, I wrote for the TC Bulldog. Whenever I was at A&M, we actually had the Eagle Eye News that we produced and created, and it made me really fall in love with journalism. But I kind of started working here on a whim, and whenever I started working at Maud ISD, I was like, hey, I really like being around the kids and helping them out, helping them learn. And last year, Ms. Harrell, Mr. Wyndham, they came to me with an opportunity, and I said, yeah, I'd like to move up to secondary. However, I want to kind of switch what traditionally we've been doing with technology and turn it more into a digital media space.
Right.
Not only for my love of digital media and journalism, but also to give a chance for all the wonderful people in the community to kind of see what we're doing here at the school.
Right. And I think it's a great way to, get all of us interacted at school. Like, I'm talking to people I never thought I'd really talk to. I'm making connections with people I never thought I'd talk to. And then people will go out, like I'll go out in public, people will recognize me, and they're like, hey, you're doing a great job. I'm like, thanks.
Oh, that's that girl from the flight report.
Yeah, and it's like, honestly, it's all thanks to you. It's a great thing. I think it's a really positive thing.
Small town celebrity.
Heck yeah,
Uh-huh, no
100%. Gotta leave the legacy behind. All right, well, do you have anything planned in the future for Flight Report? Do you see it, like, where do you see this going in the future?
Well, I really like what y'all do. Like every week, I've kind of wanted this to be student-led. I've said it many times with a bunch of different things that I've kind of implemented here at our school, is that I kind of see myself not as a teacher, but as a facilitator, because I want my students to be able to do these things on their own.
Right.
And really, my main goal is to be like those bumpers whenever little kids go bowling. I make sure that y'all don't get in the gutter.
Yeah.
And that's really, throw your ball down the lane. If you get a strike, that's awesome. If not, you still have another chance to get up and throw the ball.
Try again. Yeah.
So, I mean, really, that's my ideas are only to keep continuing to give the opportunities to my students to show their creativity.
Oh, yeah, and it definitely helps us all come out of our shell. We all need it, especially I know myself. Like, this has helped me come out of my shell a lot, especially also doing the morning announcements, which he's also over, and cardinal polls and all of that. But, like, it's helped me come out of my shell, and it's helped a lot of other kids come out of their shell, and I've made friendships with a bunch of people, like Tristan. Like, me and him weren't as close before. I never talked to him before.
No, nobody would have ever been friends with Tristan
No.
if it hadn't been. I'm just kidding, T-Beck. I love you, brother.
You a fave, for sure. But he's one of my great friends now. And, like, it's amazing. I think it's a great thing, like, what you've done. It's honestly, like, started out as, like, a fun, like, harmless project, and now it's forming friendships and connections that none of us thought would ever come, because I'm sure Tristan would say the same. He didn't think we'd be friends. I've never talked to Elijah a day in my life, but working with them, like, you know, you've got to talk, and it's fun, and building friendships and connections and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, really, that's kind of the culture that I wanted to cultivate here is, whenever you work closely with people, it doesn't matter, if you're in sports, cheer, one act play, you gotta have the culture to where your
Yeah.
teammates are your family.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what y'all do. You kind of, push back and forth like brother and
Yeah.
sister from
I
time
was
to
going to say,
time.
we argue like family, too.
And I always know that you have each other's back and you're there and you're gonna make sure that, what we need to get done is gonna get done.
Right.
And I mean, we're all in it together. So
Yeah.
that's the cool part.
Oh, yeah, it never fails. Like, there's always something that happens, but we end up getting it done. We always push through, get it done, no matter if it takes an extra class period or whatever it is. It always gets done, and we make sure it gets done. All right, we also know that you're program director for esports. You've made state champs, taking us to state, all of that. So what are some... Like, what's the deal with esports? Because, me, I don't understand it. But I know it's a good thing. Like, everybody gets it. A lot of people like video games and things like that. So, what's the deal? Why we include this at school?
Well, students like it because it's
Oh, yeah.
video games at school.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
they get to do what they pass the time with at home,
Right.
but it's here at the school.
Yeah.
Really, esports is taking off. I mean, the professional space, it's like a $7 billion industry.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many opportunities, not just in playing the games, but with the production like we're doing right here.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, they call it shoutcasting in the esports space, but I mean, it's just basically esports journalism.
Yeah.
And so I want to be able to open up opportunities for my students in like any area that they are interested in.
Exactly.
So that's really a cool thing. But then also, to me, I've always been into sports. And
Yeah.
I've always been into video games.
Yeah.
So this kind of is a good spot for me to get my competitive side going, but not in the traditional space.
Mm-hmm.
I played baseball whenever I was a student here. I coached baseball. I coached basketball growing up. I mean, I currently coach my little girls' t-ball
Right.
team, softball team,
Yeah.
whatever. But esports is different. There's a lot more strategy that you wouldn't think.
Yeah.
But really, it gives everybody an opportunity to play. That's the coolest thing to me. Because, I mean, last year, Nick screwed up his shoulder playing basically first or second game of basketball season. He wasn't able to compete in basketball anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But he was still able to travel with us to Duncanville and win a state championship.
Heck yeah.
He was still able, after he had surgery, to play every single week in his sling and get us to another state championship.
Henderson,
Yeah.
Michael White, and Micah Bishop, please come to the office. Brooklyn, Baywa, and Micah, please come to the office.
We love
So
Brandy.
keep it rolling. We'll just edit that out.
Yeah, we love Brandy. Yeah, I think it's a great outlet, especially for a lot of the guys here, because they may not be able to get out.
Well, not just guys, but
Oh, yeah.
ladies can compete too, which
yeah.
unfortunately I do not have any ladies. No ladies have
Yeah.
even tried out. But
Would you like
esports
to
is
see
for
me-
everybody. Yes.
No, imagine
Please come to the office. Taylor Brower.
me playing a video game. I don't know no video games. The only one I know is Fortnite. I can't.
Come play Fortnite.
Nah, I don't know.
You'll learn. You'll get coached.
Look,
You'll play good.
The only thing I know how to do on an Xbox is get to Netflix and YouTube. That's it. But I think it's a great outlet for young adults and teenagers to, maybe sometimes it can help them release some emotion or anger that they need. And I think it's honestly a good outlet for a lot of the kids, especially guys, because I know mostly guys here play sports or play esports or in the esports. I still don't know the lingo. I'm a little girl. I don't know. But I think it's an amazing outlet, and it benefits students in more ways than a lot of people think. It helps them. It can get some anger out, emotions out. It could just be that could be what they needed that day.
Yeah.
And especially with school, stressful enough, it's always nice to go and just chill, play video games,
Yeah.
do something you love doing and enjoy doing.
Mhm.
I think it's an amazing thing.
And you wouldn't believe it, but not only that, but the communication side of it is
Yeah.
so insane. You have to be able to communicate with your teammates in these
Yeah.
games. But one thing that I've noticed is it also is really good with like internal math skills because
Really?
yes, whenever you're doing damage on an opponent, it pops up how much damage that you're
Yeah.
doing on that opponent. And so I'm hearing these guys call out, oh, 32, 64.
Yeah.
And so they're doing that math in their head quickly. I know it's just like simple addition,
Yeah.
but it just really keeps everybody fresh. It
Oh,
keeps
yeah.
everybody, you got to have a sharp mind to
Yeah.
be good in these games.
For sure. You gotta be quick thinking. Gotta have quick thinking. And honestly, that's probably a good thing for some of those guys out there. All right. Well, what are some responsibilities you have to take on being a program director?
Well, essentially, I built the program from the
Yeah.
ground up.
Yeah.
I went to administration last school year. It was before last school year, and I brought it up. No, actually, it was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
How time flies.
Right.
And Dr. Christopher Bradshaw, our superintendent at the time,
Yep.
he said, okay, I'm interested in this. Show me what your 3-year plan looks like and how we can fund it.
Okay.
So I went into the process of figuring out funding, kind of giving my 3-year outlook on the program, what it looks like. We kind of went back and forth for a few weeks, and by the end of the school year in 2022,
Yep.
he said, okay, let's throw this to people in charge over at the high school and see what we can do. And lo and behold, I had a class, and I was kind of not sure how it was going to happen.
Yeah.
But I was able to scrounge up a few students to play our first few matchups.
Yeah.
And then whenever word got out that we actually did pretty good in those first few matchups, and I got more interest and more people that wanted to dedicate time. And, really, I had to kind of take control and do everything
Yeah.
to make sure that it actually happened.
Yeah. I'm sure, like, I know it's a big responsibility, but, it's very admirable about how, like, you didn't even really know what you were getting yourself into. You just kind of you're like, hey, I'm new, y'all are new, we're going to figure this out together, and then led them to state champions.
Yeah, and that's my philosophy in life. You never start something new just to fail.
Right.
And so, there's different levels of success. Even if we didn't win a state championship, just us having a team and competing every week, that would have been successful to me.
Oh, yeah.
For a 2A school with, you got to share students whenever you're
Oh,
a 2A
yeah.
school. You see it Friday night where cheerleaders are also in band, football players are also in band.
Yes,
You've got to
yes.
scurry back and forth from volleyball game to the football
Yeah.
field and just everything in between. And so being able to find students that could compete and then helping them continue on to compete well, that was above and beyond any success that I imagined for our first year.
Right. And how do you accommodate, like, all their schedules? Like, how is that? Is that, like, a hard thing for you to balance and take care of, or?
A little bit. Sometimes, last year it worked out well, especially after football season ended.
Yes. Yeah.
Whenever football season ended, there was a lot of people that just didn't play anything else or didn't have anything that they were interested in, or
Right.
even they stopped doing other things to compete.
Yeah.
And that really helped out a lot, just being able to have those few that I could count on week by week.
Oh, yeah. Awesome.
But, this year we've kind of had to move some matches around, or I've scheduled our times to make sure to fit, like I'm sharing band members. And so Mr. Fannin has been so gracious to allow them out of practice for those times, or...
Shout out to you, Mr. Fannin.
Yeah, Mr. Fannin. Mr. Fannin, the best band director of all time.
100% we couldn't make it without you.
So, really, it takes a lot. I'm a coach, just like a basketball coach is a basketball coach, a football coach is a football coach.
Right.
The only thing is I don't have to hop on a bus, Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yeah.
I get to just walk over to the middle school and sit down in the esports lab.
Yeah.
But, everything else is what they have to deal with down at the gym.
Right. All right. Well, the last question I have for you is, what does the future look like for esports?
Hopefully good.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
hopefully more championships and everything.
yeah.
But, realistically, just continued competition, growth, not only with the program itself, but with our students. That's
Yeah.
one thing that I want our culture to be like is respectful and open and honest.
Yes.
Because especially in the video game realm, there's such negative connotations with raging and just all the negative language that is said in the game chats,
Oh, yeah.
all that. And so that's one thing that I'm working really hard on is, PMA, positive mental attitude.
Yes.
If we don't do it this time, we don't got to beat ourselves up. We don't got to beat anybody else up.
Yeah.
Let's, reset our minds, go out there and speak positively, believe positively.
Oh, yeah, that's an amazing thing. Like, I know that's hard because, like, there's a lot of hotheads. I know I'm one of them myself. I have to take time, move away. So that's something that, I good luck with. I'm wishing you luck.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
I'm sure they're doing great, though.
we're working at
Oh,
it every
yeah.
day. Every day is a work in progress.
Yeah, it's
and
like,
that's
okay,
just-
what can we do better now? Let's
Yep.
not do that again. Yeah, but all right. Well, I just wanted to say I appreciate you for everything that you do. A lot of the things that you see on Facebook, the website, YouTube, that's all Mr. Brown for the most part. We have some other teachers helping out. I just want to say we appreciate you. We thank you for all that you've done. You've helped us build connections, friendships. We're very, very grateful for you, and we're very grateful to have you.
Well, thank you very much. And,
sir.
honestly, if it wasn't for great students like I have today, then I would be in a different occupation because,
Yeah.
that's what I'm here for, is giving y'all opportunities, and hopefully they're good opportunities.
Oh, yeah, they are, 100%. Yes, sir. Well, thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.
All right. And
Back to you,
Gavin. Gavin, back to you.